Do you want more clients or more profit or both? I'll discuss this in great detail coming up next. I get asked this question all the time. What's more important to, should you be getting more clients, more profit? What should you be looking for? For me, I want both, but I'm going to explain the difference between them and how this works. In my case, I definitely want both. The very first thing you have to remember is you've got to know your numbers and you've got to set your profit margins. Okay, so for example, I shoot for 20%. I really like to get to 20%. I don't always get there. Sometimes it's way less. Sometimes I actually make more. But I always shoot, personally, I shoot for 20% profit margin. The first thing you got to do before you set out, now this example I'm giving you is through my landscape company. So you have to know what your numbers are going forward, and before you even go out and bid these jobs, you need to know how much to charge per man hour. You need to know how long you're going to have an idea how long it's going to take you to do this thing, because a lot of people don't like to take an open-ended estimate for, say, if you want to charge them so much an hour to do the work. A lot of people don't like that. They want a bottom line. They don't want any surprises at the end of the day. So that being said, this is what I tell people all the time. I would rather have 100 clients and make money on every one of those clients than to have 500 clients and not make as much money, okay? And that may sound weird, but I'm telling you, I've seen guys do this. I watch guys do this all the time. They'll grow their company up to a high stage where they have 5, 6, 7, 800 customers, and then all of a sudden there's no money when the trucks need to be fixed or you need new mowers and things like that because they didn't price things the way they should have. If they're priced the way they should have, you should have money in the bank sitting there waiting to go towards this equipment, okay? Hence the 20% that we shoot for, okay? I'm going to give you another example with something that happened to us just recently, and it was a new manager that I had put in place, and I just have some notes here I'm going to read you because I couldn't believe that we had made this mistake. So we set out on a job, on this sod job, and we had 6 guys on the truck to go out lay this sod. So I'm going to go through the numbers with you. So I had 6 guys at $12 an hour times 10 hours, okay? So it's 120 a man or $720 in labor. The sod cost was $550, okay? For fuel, wear and tear on the vehicle, going to get the sod and then dropping the pallets back off, dropping off the debris, things like that. I figured in $100 for that, which you have to figure that in. But these are actual costs that I incurred in this thing. We charged the client $1,200. That was the estimate that we had given the customer and told her we'd do it for that amount. We literally lost $70 that day. After 6 guys going out and working all day, we lost $70 as a company. That's without any profit built in. There's no profit there. There's nothing. That was a mistake that I have to claim responsibility for because I'm the owner of the company. So I assumed that my manager knew how to bid these jobs. He had been on several of them, and he had accompanied other managers, so they had taught him, or so I thought, how to bid this job, and he didn't. He totally dropped the ball on it. He was so proud of himself for getting that job done that day because it was such hard work, and those guys knocked it out in 10 hours. And after I went through all the numbers and called them up and told them we lost $70, that's besides no profit for the business, he was shocked to find that out. So that's what I mean about how you have to know your numbers, okay? You've got to know those going forward. All right. With growth comes added expenses. And here again, you need to keep that in mind. When you're trying to build your business, you're going to have additional expenses. So the way I look at it, I have one truck set up for 100 accounts, okay? I expect them to do 20 accounts a day, and say residentially, okay, that's 5 days a week. That's what I expect those guys to get done for that truck. Now, that truck needs to make me X amount of money in a given year. So as our business grows and continues to grow, thanks to the internet and the website and all the things that we do, but we have additional expenses all the time. So we've had to add office personnel, we've had to add trucks, and with the trucks come the mowers and all the stick equipment and your blowers and things like that. That all comes into play. But you need to take one singular truck and say, okay, I've got 2 guys in this truck. I've got to pay them X amount of money. My fuel is going to be this much. The wear and tear, you figure in for those things. And say, okay, now the business needs to make money. So I need to tack 20% on top of that, and that's what I need to charge those 100 customers. That's where my price point needs to be with them. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Bottom line to me is more profit. Again, I would rather have 100 customers and make 20% on every one of them than to have 500 and make 10% or 5%. Okay? So, yeah, there's a volume deal that comes into play, but you're wearing your equipment out faster. The more accounts you have, the more trucks you have on the road, the faster you're burning things up, it seems. So, that being said, once you get established and you find your profit margin where you need to be, you have to stick to your guns, and that's how you price your jobs. So you got to know that. You can always add more clients. That's fine. That's great. That's what you're out to do if you're out to grow your business. You constantly have to add new clients. Even if you're not out to grow your business, you have to add new clients because you're always losing them. So to me, more money is more freedom for you. Okay? So try to, hopefully this helps you out a little bit, but try to work on your numbers as much as you can, and more clients doesn't mean more profit. If you don't have your numbers set right to begin with, then we've got issues. Interesting. Okay, this has been George Packard with Family Lawn and Landscape. Hopefully I've helped you out today. Don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you later.